Yes. Hello everyone, welcome to the Math for Everyone. And what are we gonna do today? Right, today we're gonna try to solve one test SAT exam, which is practice test 5. Right, you may know that right, because on my channel just focus on the math. So I'm just gonna solve the 2 modules in the math part. Right, for the English part you do it on yourself. Right, so I'm gonna introduce for you guys. Hope you know about SAT, but as well as you don't know about SAT. So focus on this video to explore more about the math in SAT. Let's get started. 2 modules, 1 and 2 in the math question, right? And today we're just gonna solve one module 1, and the module 2 I'm gonna make another video. Okay, let's get started for now. Okay, so the first question, very basic, right? You are given the graph of a system of linear equation and a non-linear, right? You remember, okay, you have linear equation and non-linear equation is solved. Okay, which equation is linear? Right, obviously this one is linear, and this equation is non-linear, right? So what is the solution x and y to this system? Right, you try to find out the point that 2 equation intersects, right, at this point, right? You intersects at the x-axis at point 4, right, and on the y-axis at the point 5, and the coordinates, right, the solution x, y to system is gonna be 4 and 5. Is the answer C, right? It's very easy. So in this question 1, you should spend 30 seconds to find out the answer, right? So next one, for the question 3, right? Okay. Right, so on the question 2, can you see clearly? Right, on the first day of a semester, a film club has 90 members. You should try to highlight the numbers that you are given in the question. Each day after the first day of the semester, 10 new members join the film club. And if no member leave the film club, how many total members will the film club have 4 days after first day of semester? And on the first day, there are 90 members, right? So you know that each day 10 new members join the club. So after 4 days, right, 1 day there are 10 members join more in the clubs, right? So after 4 days it's gonna be 40, and 40 plus 90 is gonna be 130. We come up with the answer 130. Is it easy? Right. Okay, so back to one question about the graph. You can see on the screen, right? Right. Yes. Again, the graph show that the linear function, and the of x show where y equal x. What is the y-intercept of graph of x? Okay, the question asks you to find out the y-intercept of the graph of x. So you find out the y-intercept at this point, right? So it's gonna be, right, at this point, the coordinate is gonna be 0 and 8. So we come up with the answer D, right? It's easy, right? So, alright, so we move on to question 4 and 5. Right, so you can see, read the question, right? This is a question about a simultaneous equation, right? What is the solution Rs to given the system equation, right? So the first step, you are given that r equal to 3, right? To find out the value of s, you substitute s into the first equation, right? It's gonna be s plus 7 times 3 equal 27. Or it's called s plus 21 equal 27. or x is gonna be 6. Okay, so the answer for this question is 3 and 6. It's very easy, right? So let's move on to question 5. Right? Yes. Right. On the question 5, you are given that the table shows syllabic values from function of x. Right? This the first column is x, and the second column is the value of fx. Right? Right. Which of the following best description about function of x? So, right. So for this question, you need to identify whether it's linear or non-linear. And how can you find out is it linear or non-linear? First step, try to find is it linear or non-linear. Okay, so right, you can see, right, from x increased by 1, y increased by 1, x increased by 1, y increased by 1. That is obviously linear. And right now we try to determine whether it's decreasing or increasing. Right, you can see when x increasing, y increasing. Right, so we choose the answer that's increasing and linear. Right, it's very easy, right? Yes. So in this first question, right, I think it's not difficult for you. You only need to be careful. Oh, right. There are one more question about their graph. Right, so to find out the answer, right, it's very easy. You just find out the point, the intersect between two linear function, and from here you base on, right, the coordinates on the x-axis and y-axis. You can say that coordinates of this point is gonna be 4 and 1, and the question asks what is the value of x. You just write out x equal to 4. Alright? Yeah. Yes. So far so good, huh? Right. Yes. The question 7. One question about the range. How we can do it? So to find out the range, right, of any list, but for this question, is the range is the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value. Okay, so for this question, right, you first step try to find out what is the minimum. Right, what is the minimum on this list? It's gonna be 23. And what is the maximum? Right, let's see. It is 52. So to find out the range, you just take 52 minus 23. It's gonna be 26, right? Yeah. Yes. If I compute correctly, this is the answer, right? Oh, so far we already finished 7 questions, right? Now, right, to find out the question 8, right? So how can we solve the question 8? Right? No, that's a figure, not draw it to scale. Right? We cannot use the right. We can use the ruler or something, right? Right, to measure the size of each angle. Right? So the line A is parallel to line N. Right? So the line K intersects pole lines. Which of the following statement is true? Yes, the value of x is less than 150. Okay, let's see. So when you M and N is parallel, right, intersects with K. So for this x will be equal to 150. So A is wrong, right? Next one, the value of x is greater than 150. Why wrong? It should be equal, right? So the value of x is equal to 150. Oh, it's how, right? We come up with the answer C. Alright? So, right? Yes. Okay. So far, you get it? Okay. Next question 9 is their problem solving, right? So the equation, you are given one equation x plus y equals to 1440. represents the number of minutes of daylight, right? Yes, sometime, right? So we just for this question focus on the function, and okay, x is the right number of minutes of daylight and number of minutes of non-daylight y, right? So if this day has 670 minutes of daylight, how many minutes non-daylight days have? So easy, right? You can rearrange, you try to make y in terms of x is going to be 100,040 minus x is going to be 1,440 minus 670. Okay, and the answer is going to be 770. Right? Am I right? Okay, if I'm wrong, try to comment on try to comment and let me know. Okay, thank you. Right, yes. And question 10, right? So on this question, right, it's a long, right, a lot of words, right? So we just only pick some important information that the question given to us, right? The first thing, highlight 20 members, employees, right? And randomly from 100. So he found that 16 people, right? 16 employees in this simple are enrolled in exactly 3 professional development courses this year, right? Based on the Scott finding, which of the following best estimate the number of employees at the company who are enrolling exactly 3 professional development this year, right? How can we do this question? Right, so we choose 60, we choose 20 from 400 employees, right? So we found that every 16 the employee in this simple are enrolled exactly 3 professional. Every 16, right? So they will join 3 developments. The question asks us, right? So how many best estimate number of employees, right? So you can see every 20 employees selected, right? There are 16, so the ratio is 16 over 20. You need to simplify it. It's gonna be 3 over 5. I'm sorry, it should be right. It should be 3 over 4. I'm sorry, 4 over 5. Oh, my bad. Right, 4 over 5. Right? So we times with the total number of employees. So it's gonna be, right? You simplify it, there are remaining 80, and it's gonna be 330. Is the answer B? Okay? Yes, this is basic question. Try to practice more. Okay? Next one, question 11. Yes, on the question 11, well, what is the value of x minus 7? Okay, how can you solve this question? Right, there's a lot of ways, right? But you can see the first step, I always encourage you simplify any equation before calculating. So this one, what is the common factor between 4 and 28? Right, it's gonna be, if I factor out 4, the remaining x minus 7 equal to negative 24, right? And now I divide both sides of the equation by 4. It gets s minus 7 equal to negative 6. And then, right? Yes, that's it. Alright, so now one question about the inequality topic. Alright, so for the snowstorm, right, in in a certain town, the minimum rate snowfall record is 0.6. Right? So which inequality is true for all the values of s? Right? And a maximum is 1.6 right? What is the equality true value of x, right? Its minimum is 0.6 and maximum is 1.8. It's gonna be question answer D, right? Yes. Okay, so the next one is the question 13, right? You are given that a solution given the system, right? How can solve it, right? That this is the simultaneous equation. So to solve this question, remember you need to choose the solution which is greater than 0. Okay, so for this one, you substitute y equal 4x equal x squared minus 12. Right? Yes, you can see form now is the quadratic equation. I can write out as x squared minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. There are a lot of ways for you to do this question, right? So I would like to use factorization. I break down negative 4x into plus 2x, right? X squared minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. I factor out it, it's gonna be x squared minus plus 2x minus 6x minus 12 equals 0, right? Next one, I find out the common factor between x squared and 2x. It's gonna be x plus 2 minus 6 times x plus 2 equal 0. And next one, I can see x plus 2 right now is the common factor, right? It's gonna be x plus 2 times x minus 6 equal 0. So the answer is x minus negative 2 or x equal to 6 because we find out the values that greater than 0. So we choose the answer 6, right? Okay, right. I think you guys got 800 score on this test because it's very easy, right? The next one, the question 14. The store sells 2 different size containers of blueberries, right? Store sells these blueberries total, right? This number 8,900. Alright, for this one, yeah. Last one, the equation is you're given 4.51 plus 6.007y equal to this one 896.86, right? Represent the situation where x is the number of smaller, so y is the number of larger container. What is the price in dollar for each small container? Right. So for this question, how we can do this? What is the price in dollars? Right. So this question. So the total you are given that is 896.86. So x is the number of smaller containers sold, and y is the number of larger containers sold. So what is the price in dollars for small container? What small container is x, right? X is gonna be 896.68 minus 6.07 y divided by 4.51. Alright, so this is the equation, right? It shows that the price of the small container. Okay, we try to solve the question 15. Alright, a right circular cylinder has a base diameter of 22 centimeters and the height of 6 centimeters. What is the volume, right? In cubic centimeters. So the first step, you need to remember the volume equal to pi times r squared times h, right? So where r is the radius, x is the height. But the question are just given to us the diameter. We take half to find out the radius. Is gonna be pi times 11 squared times 6. So after calculating, it turns out to be pi times 726. Oh, very good. Answer C, right? Yeah, good. Next one, question 16. One question about the graph, right? Right. For question, yes, we just focus on this point. You guys, y equal to fx plus 5, right? It means that you translation vertically with up translation up vertically with the 5 units there. Okay, when fx just open, right? Just minus 5. It means you still vertically translation, but is it downward, right? But we only find out we only yes focus on this point. This is from you identify what is the minimum point at 1, and now it's because it's moved down up. I'm sorry, it moved up to 5. It's somewhere here. So the graph should be like this, right? Okay, so now let's check the answer. Okay, you can see it move, right? It's down. We reject all the answer related to down. But it should be increased by 5, right? Only answer D is correct. Right? Good. Question 17. What does the question give us now? Right. The ratio between coaches and athletes is 1/16. You are given that the number of coaches is x. So the number of athletes is you times both sides by x. It's gonna be 26x. Oh, good. B is the correct answer. Right. Yes, Kalani used fabric 5 yards, right? In length to make shoes for men's core relationship between this is the number of shoes and this is the total length fabric she purchased and why, right? You can see that one shoe she needs to use x length in fabrics. So 5 is 1. This is the amount remaining, right? Because the first she purchased Y, right? In length of fabric. She already used 5 times X. Remaining is 6. So the correct answer is D, right? This is the more than fabric. Or another statement is also correct, which is 6 is remaining length of fabric after she used to make X numbers of shoots. Okay. Next one, the question 19. One question about trigonometric, right? So what is the value of 10? One thing you remember, the cycle of 10 is gonna be pi, right? You can write out x equal to a plus k pi. Right, so this is a huge number. No matter what huge number, you just show it as the form a plus k pi, right? So 92/3 is equal to 2/3 plus 30 k pi. So this one so we can write out as another form 10 92 pi/3 is equivalent to 10 2 pi/3. 10 2 pi/3 is gonna be sine 2 pi/3 over cos 2 pi/3, right? Sine 2 pi/3 is gonna be root square 3 over 2, or cos 2 pi is gonna be negative 1/2, right? After simplify, it's gonna be negative root square 3. Done, right? Question 20, right? What is the value of cos x? You remember in the right triangle, right? Cos x is gonna be the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse, right? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse is gonna be 11/28. The answer here is 11/28. Yeah. Now the question 21. One question about the graph. How we can do this kind of question? Right. The first step, right? You can see you substitute this coordinate, if the graph passes through this point, you substitute 24 and 0 into this equation where x equal g equal 24. It's gonna be 24 plus 14 times t minus 24, right? Because this one equal to 0, we let t equal to 24. And after find out that t equal 24, you substitute back to the equation. You can have gx equal x plus 14 times, right? For this one is 24 huh? Minus x. You substitute g 0 equal 0 plus 14 times 24 minus 0. So the answer is gonna be 14 times 24. And the rest up to you, right? You can do whatever you want. Next one, right? You can see on the circular equation, one thing that you need to remember is that, right, for the point, right? Okay, this is circle. Oh, it's not circle. Sorry, I'm not good at drawing. Sorry. So this is a -4 and 19. Right? Because the point lie on the circle, right? The distance from the center to this point must be equal to 11. In the radius, you take root square of 100 to find out the radius. Okay, so a negative, right? It should be negative 16 plus 4. It should be 12 or 144, or it's greater than 121. We eject negative 11. You substitute into this equation, it's gonna be 15 squared, or it's also greater than, right? Similar like 19. So this only the correct answer is B, negative 14. Okay. Next one. Okay, so you are given the height. Okay, if in the right rectangular frames, the volume equal to the height times length times width, right? Height here equal to 9. The length times x, the width times 7 minus 7, x minus 7. So obviously, easy, right? Is it correct? Right. Yes, I think this test is very easy for you guys. So you guys have to get 100 score. Okay, and one more time for this question, right? Fx equal to negative 6 times 3 to power x minus 3. And minus, okay, this is when x, the minimum, when you can let it get to, towards go to negative in infinity. This one equal to 0, and this one negative 3. And only A is correct. Okay. Now we move to the question 25, you guys. The results increasing by 400. You can see from beginning to the end, it increased for 400%, right? It's equal to 60. So I get this an x prime is x new. It's 400%. It means that the increasing 400% is equal to 4 times x equal to 60. So x equal to 15. Right. Okay, good. Next one. Alright, for this question we find out we substitute this quadratic equation. We only substitute each point into the equation. We get 0 equal 49a plus 7b plus c, right? Another equation is a times 9 minus 3p plus c. And on the second equation, we rearrange equal to 3b minus 9a. Alright? So next, I try to replace c, right? It turned out to be 0 equal 49a plus 7p plus 3p minus 9a. 0 equal to 48 plus 10b. We divide both the equation by 10. It's gonna be 0.48 plus b. Oh, easy, right? When a equal 1, b equal to negative 4, and a plus b equal negative 3. Then, right? Yes. Oh, we're going to the last question, you guys. Right. So for this question, how can solve it? Right. Continue one question. I should relate to the function, right? To let g equal 7 minus w, you only do the one thing where x replaced by negative 7 minus w equal to 7 minus w times 7 minus w minus 2 times 7 minus w plus 6 squared. You must simplify it, right? It's gonna be 7 minus w, 5 minus w, 13 minus w squared. We apply the non-factor law to let 7 minus w equals 0, 5 minus w equals 0, 13 minus w equals 0. There are three possible solutions. W equals 7, W equals 5, and W equals 13. 7 plus 5 plus 13 equal to 25. Good, right? It's easy. Okay, that's it for the module 1. And thank you for you guys patiently listen up to now. And okay, that's it. And I'm gonna make another video about module 2. See you the next time.